Good evening. Hello, Chris Shirley Babies, Roberta's Artistic Adventures, Pettit Jean River Homestead, Bobby, Hack Creek, excuse me, Hack Creek Homestead. Oh, sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Hello, Wanda. As I was saying, I'm sort of a couple minutes late. I was trying to put my links in the description of the live, and then I checked to make sure they were working and discovered my Amazon link wasn't working. So I had to delete that, go back to Amazon, and copy that, come back, paste it in. So I think those links are working now. Hello, Pooch. Full-blown country. Yeah, it is hot tonight, Bobby. I went outside a little while ago. I couldn't believe when I opened the door. We're down to 79 now. At that time, it was still around 82. After dark, you expect to be below 80 at least. But I'm glad I got the AC. 73 degrees in here. Hello, Luke Baker. Good to have you here. Yeah, definitely was warm today. I think we had a high of 96 here. The official reading on WeatherBug was saying 99 at one point, but WeatherBug always seems to run about 2 or 3 degrees higher than my thermometer's reading. So I'm not sure if there's a couple degrees difference between here and the weather station, or if my thermometer's off a little bit. Hello, Dogman. So you admit you have a fake channel. Good. Glad you're letting everyone know you're fake. Hello, Bud Files. Hey, you think quite a little of yourself, don't you, Dogman? Well, you are a good man. Well, I'm never going to quit picking on you, though. Hello, back to good. Yeah, fortunately, the humidity here, well, the last week it's been up a little bit, but for the most part, it hasn't been bad this summer at all. Because I'm used to humidity 65, 70, 75%. And I know most of the time it's below 50 here. Goes up at night, way up at night. But during the day, it seems to go down. You're crazy, dog man. Yeah, this summer hasn't bothered me at all. Few days have been kind of warm, but for the most part, not bothering me. Like I said, because a lot lower humidity here than we had in New York. Because there it gets up 85, 90 degrees. It was just unbearable with the humidity. Hello, Kobe. I think I missed some people here. Hello, Judy Jules. Hello, Big Italian. Hello, Josh. I'm really making use of the AC, dog man. It's 73 degrees in here. No, winter won't be bad. After you live over 50 years right off the east end of Lake Ontario, nothing here can be bad compared to that. Oh, yeah, it's working great. I didn't plan on keeping it this cool in here, but since I got it, I'm making good use of it. I was sitting here drinking coffee all day today. I normally go through a gallon of iced tea a day. Well, I just made a gallon last 2 days. Hello, Luke Baker. I think I said hi to you, but can't remember for sure, so I'll say it again. Big Italian, I think I said hi to you. Yeah, the good thing about it is the back end where I'm staying is in a good amount of shade. So it's not bad. I always try to give everyone a good welcome here. I appreciate everyone being here. What I'm doing with the driver's license, I don't know here last week when I was talking about it, but I'm going to renew my New York driver's license. And then after I get that, then just transfer over to an Arkansas license. Because the written test in Arkansas is very difficult. And once I get my New York license, I can just walk in the DMV down here and switch it right over to an Arkansas license. Well, since my license has been expired for almost a year, I would have to take the written test in order to get an Arkansas license. Want some help, Dixie? There you go. She didn't really need the help, but she was trying to decide which way should I go? Should I go on his laptop or jump up here? So I had a couple donations towards the renewal fee on my license, and I was able to get that sent out last Saturday. So they should have that by now, and hopefully it won't take them too long to process it. Hello, Haig. Good to have you here. I have drank unsweetened tea, but I'm back to putting sugar in it. But not like the sweet tea you buy in the store. Like when I happen to be at a restaurant, I will order tea there, and they have the sweet tea sitting right side by side with the unsweetened tea. Well, I put in about a third, I'd say about a third unsweetened tea, and then 2/3 sweet tea. And sometimes even that's a little on the sweet side. I think sometimes I should mix about half and half. Hello, Sue. Good to have you here. Well, it's good to have you here, Luke. I have a good bunch of people come to my lives. Once in a great while, I have a troll show up. That's only happened 2 or 3 times, and after I block them, then I'm usually good. This is great. Now Dogman's gonna start talking to himself on his 2 channels. Just watch. He's gonna start a conversation up with his 2 channels, just talking to himself from one channel to the other. No, we can't have any music played on here, unfortunately, because of the copyright laws. They're pretty strict on that. Thank you for reminding everyone to hit the like button, Wanda. Yeah, that really helps me out. If everyone can remember to hit the thumbs up. Hello to Chicken. Good to have you here. Well, Mike, the practice test, they're real easy. I scored between 84 and 96 on every one of them I took. I did it about 25 times. But then when it came to the real test, they were asking completely different questions. And it was stuff that I really didn't know. And stuff that didn't pertain to driving, too. Like one of the questions was, what's the maximum fine for littering? Well, what does that have to do with whether or not you can drive? How many feet does it take to stop a fully loaded tractor trailer? Well, that's something the tractor trailer driver needs to know. So I get thought, a lot of the questions were irrelevant. Actually, I am thinking about doing a live, and obviously it won't be monetized. And I have to check to make sure not gonna get in trouble for doing this, and had people play music on it. I've been thinking about doing that, but I gotta check into that. Because even if I don't monetize that live, I still don't want to get in any trouble with that. Hello, Steve. Good to have you here. Oh, I happened to check in, get a predator in the yard. I actually had suspension on my license, and it was going to cost quite a bit to get that taken care of and get it renewed and stuff last year. And since I didn't have a car, I just didn't do anything with it. But now I need an ID, and I am going to be getting a vehicle at some point. So I'll need a license. And there were 2 suspensions on my license that actually dropped off because they changed the law on what they can suspend your license for. So those dropped off. And I just had a $50 fine left on there I had to pay. Because I had a car, my last car that I had on the road, broke down, going to be major repairs on it. So I just took it off the road. Couldn't get to the DMV to turn the plates in, but I didn't want to keep paying the insurance on it. So I canceled the insurance. And then I missed getting to the DMV by a few days, week or so. I think it was about a week before they would suspend my license. Well, ended up not getting there, so they suspended my license. So then I had to pay the $50 to get that cleared, and then just the renewal fee on it. I'll have to try that, Mike, because I do like lemon in my iced tea. Well, I'll tell you, dog man, that Watchtower Mountain Living, that's a guy to watch out for. I wouldn't trust him at all. There you go, Haig. I actually had some. I might have threw the bottle away because I think I finished it. Yeah, I did. Forgot the name of it, but it was coconut flavored. I was putting that in my tea for a few days. It gets a small bottle. I put that in my tea for a few days until it was gone. Boy, that was good. Oh, back to good. You'll be moving to a good state. I love Arkansas. Yep, I've only had 2 or 3 trolls, and they're gone. I had two of them back to back, so I kind of think that might have been the same person on two different accounts, but both of those accounts were blocked, and I haven't had a problem since then. Then I had another one that we thought was a troll, but I found out a few weeks later that it actually was someone I knew, and her son was on her account screwing around. So the person that it actually was the person's account that I knew, because I knew the name was the same, but I ended up adding her back in once I found out that I had blocked. Well, I didn't block. One of my moderators had blocked her. You go, Roberta. You tell Dog Man the way it is. Hello, Becoming Christian. Good to have you here. Yeah, right. I really need a friend named Poop. I think we had that about right, Dog Man. You do like to raise heck on people's lives. Oh, did I miss Urban Harvest? Hope I didn't miss anyone else. Oh, yeah. Hello, Urban Harvest. Good to have you here. Sorry I missed you. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. If I miss anyone, just comment again. I'm sorry about that. Yep, I've had to deal with some comments on my videos. Actually, fortunately, the, the health review thing has caught 95% of the bad words I get in comments. Well, Sue, there's nothing been finalized yet, but I think I'm on to something now. Be careful there, Pooks. Yeah, watch out for that Dog Man. He's crazy. That's right, hey. Dog Man needs to run a 10K. Oh, I keep forgetting to mention. That didn't work out too good. If you type in weather, And your zip code, just like that. The Nightbot will drop the weather for you. Hello, Tish. Good to have you here. Becoming Christian, I think you must be hearing the air conditioner in the background. There's no water in the background, so I bet it's the air conditioner you're hearing. Hey, dog man, that live that you and Jeff did, well, it gets blocked because it was monetized. Oh, that'd be good with some non-copyrighted music to check in. Oh, that's what I was afraid of the chicken when you made that comment. I was thinking coyote or mountain lion or something. It's a good thing you were right there when it happened. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a chicken left. Yeah, I've been having problems with copyright claims on some of my older videos because I was using music, royalty-free music from Bin Sound. That all you had to do was just mention that it was from Bin Sound in the description. It was supposed to be okay. Well, the thing is, Bin Sound has changed your rules since then. You now have to pay for a very expensive subscription to use their music. So I'm getting copyright claims on videos from 6, 8 months ago. Heck, I got another one yesterday. I didn't go change it yet. So I have to go take that song out and put something different in. I got check. I know I'm getting some money from ads on those videos. I gotta check and see if it's worth the hassle. Because all they're doing is just I can't get the money from the ads on it. And that's money's going to Bin Sound. So I gotta see if it's really worth the hassle of changing the song on that, or be better off just letting them get what little bit of money there is from it. Oh yeah, I'd be worried too if my cat was missing. I saw a coyote in the yard. Hello, Chef. Good to have you here. Yeah, they tried getting me to file a copyright claim against myself. I put a video on one of my other channels. I don't think it was a whole video. I think it was part of the video that I had on this channel. And then all of a sudden there was thing popped up that they'd found my video on another channel, and this is what I had to do to put a claim on it. I didn't put a claim on myself. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get some lemon. Are you using real lemons or lemon juice? Yeah, I put honey in tea before too, and I love the Arizona green tea with honey. That's really good. Yeah, I've had some homemade lemonade. It's pretty good. That's a good idea. Back to good. Put a drop of lemon essential oil in. I see Judy Jules and Big Italian is lurking. Nothing wrong with that. I am not Jeff's twin, though, man. Well, you're really going to say we're twins once I get my glasses, aren't you? I don't think we have to worry about Dogman getting married. There was a woman out there that'd have him. It's true, Judy. At least I get comments. Yeah, I know what you mean, Dogman. Now I just think back on my younger years. What the heck was I thinking? Luckily, I never found a woman to settle down with. I was trying, but now I'm thinking back, why were they doing that? Well, I remember to tell everyone about the weather, but I forgot to tell you, if you type in King, Nightbot will drop your link also. And also you can type in drop. I added that back in because I had some people trying to type drop in. So I added it in so if anyone accidentally did it, it would still drop their link. Hello, Radio Jonesy. Well, thank you. Yeah, I worked hard at remodeling this camper. Big Dogman doesn't even recognize it. Yeah, it's funny, Dogman. Hello, Brett. Good to have you here. Yeah, Radio Jonesy. Funny how so many of us have the exact same living room. Hello, Derek. Dark Shadows, Parahistory and Collectibles. Good to have you here. Yeah, thank you for that, Dogman. Because if it wasn't for the success of my channel, which you started there, I wouldn't be able to make the move. And it's definitely 1,000 times better here. Yeah, that can happen to chicken. Pilot can clean a flock right out in no time. Well, I'm never using bin sound again. I know that. All my music now is from the YouTube library. There are that many coyotes around. If your cat comes back, I'd make sure you keep it inside. And if you got any other cats, try to keep them inside. Because coyotes will go after cats also. Yeah, I had one song from Ben Sound that I had one subscriber love that song. So I'd put it in every video just for her. But now I can't use it anymore. Don't be swearing in my live, dog man. Yeah, Ben Sound had some music that I really liked on there. Yeah, the copyright laws were funny like that. I had a live where I had someone on panel that was having his Alexa play music. And that live got banned in Russia and one other country. Well, yeah, groundhogs can raise heck of a garden, that's for sure. Yeah, my understanding is coyotes are scared to death of humans. Well, heck, I'm scared to death of humans too. Yeah, Luke, dog man's calling me that. He's a good friend, though. We're always picking on each other. Yeah, you got it, Josh. He's messing with me. That's what friends do. Yeah, that's good. That's what a lot of people do, but it would have to be a very extreme case for me to do it. Not just because they're around, that's for sure. Yeah, that's all I'm going to use now is YouTube music. Yep, that's right, Roberto. They're cute until they bite you. Hello, Cornfred Life. Good to have you here. Yeah, the farm that I was living on in New York, there was what we believe was just a single raccoon, because there would only be one animal would disappear at a time, and you'd only see one set of tracks. That's how we knew for sure it was a raccoon, because you'd see tracks in the mud. You got the duck and probably like a half dozen chickens, all one at a time. Sorry. It's terrible here. I need to get a Wi-Fi extender, but don't have the money for it. So, okay, you go dig a ditch, dog man. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm right on the edge of where the Wi-Fi will reach, and nope, it wasn't a bathroom break. I'm right on the edge of where the Wi-Fi will reach. I'm trying to get a Wi-Fi extender, but I just don't have the money for it right now. I think it's took me right down to the bottom. So now I can go back up and find where I was. Well, trying to find where I was. That's as far as let me go up. So I guess that's about where I was. Yes, Wanda. Full Blown Country is a great channel. There's a lot of great channels in here tonight. Yes, Roberta, I'm glad I was able to get down here too. It's much, much better here. Thank you, Cornfed Life. Yeah, things are working out much better down here. Well, the only problems I've had with anything with the monetization is the ones where there's copyright claims. They just say the money will go to Bin Sound instead of to me. Yes, Wanda, My Wild Home is a great channel. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen, Big Chicken. YouTube does some funny things sometimes. Well, Josh, I'd pull up and buy two watermelons if I was in the area. Yeah, a lot of stuff gets banned in Russia. It's some of it doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's good, a little bit. You never got a copyright problem. I know a lot of people have. Dino, stop it. You're not going to walk across my laptop. Dino, stop. Please. And Dino wants to just walk back and forth across my laptop. And I told him it's not going to happen. So he's not happy. And it's never good when you got sun eating your garden. Okay, good night, Wanda. Right here must be when I lost signal. Good night, Tish. Even though everyone said good night here, they're probably gone by now. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, Poops. That son Dogman would do. He would cut the Wi-Fi cable. Hello, Food Forest Permaculture. Good to have you here. Roberta, if I have a vehicle by October, I do plan on going to Pinecone Fest. It's only about 3.5 hours from here, so definitely if I have a vehicle, I'll be going. Hello, Jamie. Good to have you here. Okay, have a good night, Sue. Okay, good night, Josh. Back to good. I'm in Scott County. It's on the western edge of Arkansas. This county borders Oklahoma. Okay, Luke, good having you here. Okay, I'm down the bottom chat now. I was going through it pretty fast because I was about 10, 12 minutes behind there at one point. I hope I didn't skip over too much. I skipped over a lot of people talking back and forth, but I hope I didn't skip over any comments that I should have seen. Oh yeah, Blue Mountain Lake isn't far from here at all. I think that's about an hour drive. And the way the roads twist around here, it's not far at all. Okay, good night, Food Forest Permaculture. It was good to have you here. Yeah, I'm sure that we'll be meeting up at some point. Yep, Mid America meetup supposed to be at Blue Mountain Lake, and there's a monthly luncheon. There's some talk about moving to different places, but that's been in Fort Smith the past few months. I know a lot of people around here go to that. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to make it due to not having transportation there. But I am going to be getting a vehicle. I'm just not exactly sure when it's going to be. And this year the meetup was, I believe it was the third weekend in May. I think I heard that it's going to be Memorial Day weekend next year. So hopefully you'll be able to make it. I plan on being there. Where I'm really getting cut up on that virtual background tonight. Well, after I lost the signal, I pushed my laptop right up flat against the window, so I don't have the camera aimed exactly right. Hello, Texas homegrown girl. I'm still here, so you're fine. Okay. I knew there was nothing set in stone about it, but I knew that had been mentioned, so maybe they'll go with the third week in May again. Yeah, they might not have a definite date yet. We still got about 10 months before we get to the time that it was this year. I would assume they'll probably have that in May, if at all possible. Yeah, I know what you mean, Roberta. Yeah, once I get a vehicle so I can get places, I'll be going to the meetups that are within a reasonable distance, and the monthly luncheon and stuff like that. There was people that I saw at the Mid America meetup that I just couldn't get to actually talk to in person. I know there was at least a half dozen people I saw from the distance, but I wasn't able to get to them to talk to them. Yes, I do have a lead on a vehicle, Roberta. And it's just waiting for the right time. He's got to get something to replace it. But when the time's right, I will have a vehicle. Hello, J&B. Good to have you here. I put all my links in the description of the live. So if anyone wants to take a look at my Amazon list or Walmart list, or if you're going to buy something on Amazon, if you use my link to go to Amazon, I'll get a commission on anything you buy from Amazon. That'll give me a little bit of money. Also, I have a link in there to my PayPal if anyone wants to make a contribution. It'd really be appreciated. Hello, Mark. Good to have you here. Yeah, I know where Conway is. We came through there the night that I came here. Yeah, I haven't seen you around much, Mark. I watched your video the other day when after you wrapped your house. Yeah, I was talking about my links in there. My food stamps ended on Monday. I'm pretty well set on food for a little while. I'm hoping I can get my ID and get signed up for food stamps here before I run out of food. And my Medicaid's ended now. And same thing with that. I just have to wait till I get my ID so I can get that set up here. Oh, that sounds nice. Fully wooded. Nice to have some shade. What was I saying? Oh, I've got a little bit of money on my PayPal right now. But when I go pick up my glasses, I'm going to stop at Tractor Supply and pick up some chicken feed and pine shavings and some chick starter for the chicks. And that's going to take all the money I do have. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't take too long to get it. They should have all of the stuff they need now. That should be sitting on someone's desk right now. So as soon as they get my New York license renewed and get it back to me, then I go to the DMV down here and turn that in for an Arkansas license. And then I should be set with an ID. I'm hoping, anyways. Yeah, my glasses should be in tomorrow or Friday. It says on the receipt, well, it was last Wednesday that we were there. And the guy at the glass place said about a week. But on the receipt, it said ETA is July 21st. So definitely tomorrow, Friday, they should be there. And it's just a matter of going back to Fort Smith and picking them up. They're all paid for and stuff, so that should be good. Then I'll be able to see better. Yeah, there's nowhere in the United States that I passed a vision test without glasses. So the eye doctor told me Wednesday. Vision in my left eye is 2200. My right eye is 2060. Well, with the glasses, I'm going to have 20/20 in both eyes. Oh, yes, if you could do that, Roberto, that would be great. I know different people have talked about it. If they could only buy several hundred acres and just have it for 5, 10 acres, whatever people needed. Yep. Land prices sure have gone crazy. I know, I think it was during the winter when I was still in New York. There was a house went up for sale not too far from me. Well, a woman I used to work with was interested in the house. She went to look at it, and she said, they'll never sell. They want twice as much as it's worth. Within 3 weeks, they had their price. They put a ridiculous price on it, and someone came along and bought it. You might be able to find 10 acres for not much more than 3 to 5 acres. I've seen a lot of properties that sometimes there's not a big difference between won't be a big difference between like 5 acres and 10 acres. I know 2 pieces of property I was looking at. One of them was 3 acres. They wanted $19,900 for that. The other one was 5.5 acres, and they wanted $22,500 for that. But neither one of those worked out. Well, the one I really didn't look into it very seriously, but the other one that turned out there were some issues with it. Even 5 acres is a decent size. I think I'm going to have a problem when I go to bed. I have two cats that seem to be very comfortable on my bed right now. And they normally sleep in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. But since I'm still in the chair, they decided to take my bed tonight. I think that's going to have to change when I go to bed. Oh, yeah, that's what I've always said, Roberta. I want as much land as I possibly could get, and my house will go right smack dab in the middle of it. I'm back to good. Is that 5 acres that you found on a slope? Is that somewhere near Boonville? Because if it is, I think I was looking at that same property. Yeah, I don't think this is too far from Blue Mountain Lake. That could be the same property I was looking at, but that was one I didn't even consider because with my disability, I couldn't have a slope as much as that was sloped. Yep, Texas Homegrown Girl. I went down that one bit. Yep, that's right, Roberta. Everyone should be able to get a chance. Okay, J and B. Thanks for being here. Yet there was someone back in New York that bought a piece of property, never went to look at the property, just saw it on the auction website. It was being sold for unpaid taxes. He thought he was getting a real good deal on it and was going to resell it. Well, as it turned out, there was only maybe an acre or two. It was a big piece of property. I think close to 100 acres. And there's only an acre or two on it that's semi good land. It wasn't real good land. The rest of it was all swamp. And he paid way too much for it being swampland because he never went to to look at it. He just saw the amount of property there was and decided he wanted it. And well, he got stuck with it. He's trying to sell that for what he's got into it. And he had it for sale up until the time I had left. He'd had it for sale for I think 2 years, and no one will buy it for that price. That's what some of these companies are doing that buy up land. They're buying hundreds of acres and then dividing it up and selling it in acre lots, sometimes up to 5 acres, for much, much, much more than they paid for it. Yeah, you've got to see the land or have some real good pictures of it. You definitely have to have access, because unless there's a right of way written in your deed, then you don't have access to your property. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Roberta. I saw some of those properties. I saw a lot of properties at tenth of an acre, quarter of an acre, stuff that I would never even consider. And they were wanting as much as you should be able to buy a full acre or 2 or 3 acres for. Oh, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that in this area, Roberta. There was a lot of properties I was looking at where you only had half of the mineral rights. Yeah, actually, hey, I'm all set. Deal hasn't been finalized, but I actually did find a place. Yeah, no government agency is going to tell me that I can't have certain animals, and they're minimum building restrictions are ridiculous. I saw one property, your house had to be at least 1,500 square feet. There's no way I'm going to have a 1,500 square foot house. No, you don't ask the neighbor to use their water, because that can run into all kinds of problems. Yep, exactly. I'm going to live in what I want to live in. That's why I want to get out of New York. And it's not the state that's so bad there. Well, the state's bad, but as far as the restrictions on property use and stuff, most of that doesn't come from the state. It comes from the local municipalities, but they all have basically the same laws. You can't live in a camper, and you have to have indoor plumbing and all kinds of stuff like that. In fact, the farm that I was living on there, he just got a code violation the other day for having pigs and chickens. They said his property's not big enough to have pigs and chickens. He has an acre and a half. But he's actually living at another property now because he bought another house and he was going to keep that to rent it out. Well, it's for sale now. Because there's other places in a different town, next town over, and they're not quite as bad. Yep, that's what I was looking for back to good. No restrictions. In Arkansas, there's just some of the cities has some restrictions, but as far as I know, most of the rural areas, there's no restrictions. Some areas of the state there may be, but in this area, there's not. Yes, I do, Haig. Yeah, definitely, Roberta. The government has too much power now. Yeah, all my links are in the description, Haig. Yeah, we're not in a democracy. That was years ago. The government's telling you every move you can make, what animals you can and can't have, and what you have to live in and stuff. That's not a democracy. I don't like to get into politics on here, but that I will say. Like the differences between New York and Arkansas. In New York, if you have unlicensed vehicle sitting in your yard, you're going to get a violation from code enforcement. Arkansas, you can have the yard right full of unlicensed vehicles. In New York, you go 2 weeks without mowing your lawn, you're getting a letter from code enforcement. In Arkansas, you don't even have to mow your lawn. In most municipalities in New York, you can't live in a camper. There's so much stuff you can't do, so that's why I'm glad to be here. Yep, they started chipping away at all this stuff years ago, and some of it probably did start out for the good, but they went way too far with it. Once the government got a little bit of power, then they started abusing it. Yep, Roberta, drew the yard full of vehicles. Wouldn't happen in New York. Every town around the area where I was living in, like I said, it's not the state that had the restrictions on it, but it's the local municipalities. Every town, the area where I was, either you couldn't have any unlicensed vehicles, or you could only have one, maybe two if it was a real lenient town. Exactly, Roberta. Yeah, that couldn't be said any better right there. Yep, I don't have a problem with leash laws. But your dog shouldn't be going to other people's property and killing their animals or doing their business on someone else's front step. Dogs should be on the owner's property. Yep, exactly. Tax and theft are the same when it comes to the government. Well, if it's benefiting you back good, then that's a good thing. Like here in Arkansas, there's no leash laws here. I think it probably is in some of the cities, but statewide, there's no leash law. And people say conflicting things on it. I've been told if a dog comes on your property and kills your animals, there's nothing you can do about it. And then other people have said that if a dog comes on your property, you've got the right to shoot it, rehome it, whatever. But that's one thing I'm going to do when I get my property is I'm going to fence it in. I hope I can fence the whole thing in, but if not, at least fence in an area to hopefully keep dogs out. And I want to get a dog. I was thinking about a livestock guardian dog, but I'm planning on having my chickens inside an electric fence. So maybe we wouldn't have to be a livestock guardian dog. I'm thinking about a bigger dog, though. I know I had a couple German Shepherds. They're really good dogs. I'm thinking about maybe getting a German Shepherd to chase off coyotes, raccoons, possums, skunks, whatever comes on the property. And then hopefully, if any stray dogs come around, it'll keep them away. I'm hoping the fence would keep them away. But just in case. Yep, that's right, Roberta. Like those owners that Jeff confronted when those two dogs killed so many of his chickens. They said they had the right to let their dog roam loose like that. And then when Jeff said, well, they're killing my chickens. Oh, well, they are? Well, why didn't you shoot them? So they definitely are irresponsible dog owner, that's for sure. Oh, I didn't even see when I just said that. I didn't even see Back to Good. It said the same thing I just said. Yes, Roberta. A bud puppy would be nice. Well, Brett wants to keep the 4 puppies they have left. And they're not going to have another litter for a while. I guess the plan's to get Daisy spayed now. And then hook Bud up with I forgot what breed it was. I don't know. I know Bud, he's Great Pyrenees and Anatolian. I think it was one of those 2 breeds that Brett wanted to hook him up with. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. And I kind of like to get a dog when when I get a place. Yeah, I'm like Jeff. I'm not gonna shoot someone's dog. I just want to try to keep dogs off the property. Well, that's good that you're able to save that dog back to good. Yes, hey, the electric fences do a good job. Like the chicken that Huckleberry got of mine. She got out. The coop is too close to the fence. And in the morning, when she got off top of the coop, because that's where they roost at night, she decided to fly over the fence. And as soon as the chicken's out, Huckleberry's got it right then. But he will not mess with that fence to go in there and get them. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to save that dog back to good. Hello, Jake. Good to have you here. Yeah, he probably knows that you saved them and he's just repaying you for it. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good to have a dog that loyal to you. I rescued my first beagle. The dog control officer picked her up as a stray. No one claimed her, and her time was up. But she was such a nice dog. He said he hated to take her to the vet, so he was trying to find someone to take her. Well, I took her, and she was the sweetest dog. The only thing is she was an older dog. The vet estimated between 10 and 11 years old, but I wouldn't really be surprised, as gray as she was, that she was even older than that. Well, I only had her for, I think it was 11 months. Yeah, I got her in June. She died the following May. She got cancer. She was very healthy for 10 months. First part of May, she was sick. So took her to the vet and can't think of the name of what it's called. It starts with a P. And it's unspayed dogs that get it. Well, anyways, they said they had to spay her or she would die. So They did. But when they did the surgery, they discovered that she had cancer. And she only lived for 3 weeks after that. They gave her some medicine and stuff and said, we could try chemotherapy, but it probably really won't make too much of a difference. But they figured with that medicine, she would probably live 3 or 4 months, and she only ended up living 3 weeks. Well, actually, for the first couple weeks, she actually was improving. And then she started going downhill. It took her back to the vet. And that's when they said probably 3 or 4 months. And then took her back a few days later for a follow-up appointment. And she wasn't doing very good then. And the vet knew she didn't have too much longer left, but figured she'd live a couple weeks or so. And she died that night. Yeah, there's so much cancer in dogs and cats. Yes, that's it, Roberta. Yeah, that's what the vet told me. She said that it really wasn't going to make any difference. And she said it's very expensive, and we would have had to go about, I think it was about 3 hours, 2 or 3 times a week. So that's why we decided not to do it. And she said it really wouldn't make any difference. Thank you, Roberta. And then right after Snoopy died, then I was looking on Craigslist for another beagle. Found a beagle, and the picture looked almost identical to Snoopy. Well, it turned out he was a huge dog. He was a purebred beagle, but he was close to 40 pounds. And Snoopy, she was a small beagle, but the coloring and stuff was very close. Well, anyway, they ended up getting Sparky. Had him for a little over 5 years. And then he died from cancer. Yeah, I've had so many pets die, and they never seem to make it to what they say the life expectancy is. Hello, Jan. Good to have you here. Daisy. She came over to sit on my lap. She's one of the ones that was in my bed that I said normally sleeps in this chair. So I guess that won't be a problem. I belong to a group on Facebook where you can ask questions on there mainly about your pet's health, and only vets can answer. And there is so many different ailments that cats get. There's a lot of things with dogs too, but it seems like cats is there's just so many things that they get. Yep. I think a lot of people went to sleep. Well, I had well over 20 people in here at one point, and only 13 now. Of course, when I lost signal there, I lost a lot of people. But when I came back, never went above 15. And I had well over 20 before the signal went out. Hoping I can get a Wi-Fi extender. Yeah, I heard you telling about that last night, Jan. Hopefully she comes back. The little thing here was gone for 3.5 days last year. They got my camper door open one night. Got up in the morning, and out of 7 cats, I think it was 2 cats inside. Yeah, I think I had 2 cats inside. No, there was 8 cats. Well, anyways, opened up the door, saw one of them, called him. He came right in. Then 2 more I caught within a few minutes. Then there was 2. There was Daisy, the one I was just showing you, and her brother Teddy. Well, they were nowhere to be found. 3.5 days later, sitting on my picnic table, happened to look over. There was Daisy sitting at the front door. And then Teddy, he never came back. I never saw him. And supposedly none of the neighbors ever saw him. Yeah, unfortunately, Jan, she may be. The chicken was saying he's got a cat that's been missing all day today. And he had a coyote going after his chickens today. But luckily he was outside and chased it off. But it had the fence down. So he's afraid that the coyote might have gotten his cat. The longest I've ever had a cat disappear and come back was a little over 2 weeks. And I've had some cats, and unfortunately they were indoor cats that got out that never did come back, like Teddy. Yeah, I do everything I can do to make sure these cats don't get outside. I saw a flea crawling across Dino, so wanted to get that off him. One night, Superman got out on me. Boy, he scared me. I would get so afraid of a dog getting them. But luckily, all he did was went under the camper and came out on the other side. I could see him under there, but he didn't come all the way out. Well, luckily, I called him a few times, and he came out far enough so I could grab him and got him back in. Ideally, I want to have a place that's fenced in. Like have a landing at the top of the steps or something like that. And have it fenced in so when I open the door, if a cat gets out, they're not going to go all the way out. They're going to be contained so I can get them back in. Yeah, once a cat's been outside, it's tough keeping them in. My son had a cat, which shortly after he got the cat became my cat. That was originally an indoor-outdoor cat, mostly outdoor. And boy, it was tough trying to keep her inside. Yep. Cats are very good mousers. Yes, Jan. It looks like I found something. Hasn't been finalized yet. But it does look like I found something. Once everything's finalized and the time's right, I'll be making a video on it. I'm not gonna give anything away on it because I want to have it be a good video. I'm gonna put out the video, then everyone's gonna have to watch the video to find out the details on it. Yes, Roberta. I couldn't think of the term I was trying to use, but that's it. And I also like to have a catio that as a place that they can go out and just hang out outside if they want, and then come back in through a window. I never had any luck with a harness and a leash. I tried that on a couple different cats, and it didn't work out too well. The last winter, I had a rat come out from underneath my bed one day. I'd heard it for a few nights. It was down underneath the floor. The camper was all enclosed underneath. And the rat was down in there. Well, it found a way up into the camper. Well, one day I saw it come out from underneath my bed. The cat started chasing it. I never saw that rat again, and I never heard it chewing again. Yeah, snakes can go away as far as I'm concerned. I am not a fan of snakes at all. Yeah. Sometimes even inside is fleas. Like I had the fleas almost eliminated on these cats before I moved here. Very, very seldom would I ever find a flea on one of them. And there was fleas in here, but Deborah treated the carpet and was hoping the fleas had gotten out of here. Well, within a couple weeks of being here, they were loaded with fleas again. And I got the fleas pretty well under control now. So, so hopefully I can get them completely eliminated, and then maybe I won't have to worry about fleas again. Hopefully, but hello, Roy. Good to have you here. Yeah, you'll never be able to completely eliminate mice getting in. You would think you have everything sealed up, but they'll still find a way, or they'll make a way. Yep, they sure will eat tomatoes. My mom couldn't figure out what was eating her tomatoes one year. She knew there was something taking bites out of them. When she went out the garden one day, and there was a mouse right there eating one of her tomatoes. So then she knew what it was. Oh, that's cool, Roy. I heard you talking about that today. Okay, Jan. You have a good night. Good, Jan's gone. Now we can talk about her. Jan's a good person now. I won't say anything bad about her. Yep, there's so many things that wait your garden on you. I might fall asleep too. Yeah, I've been trying to get up a little earlier in the morning. But unfortunately, I get up earlier in the morning. That means I get tired earlier at night. Guess I can't have it both ways. I even took a nap today. Wasn't a long one, but like a half hour, 45 minutes. In fact, it was right after Roy and Becky's live. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the baby chicks. Sorry about that. Okay, Roberta. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. The 3 chicks are doing real well. I got to get a video out. But I was having trouble again with Femora. For some reason, the latest clips I took aren't showing up. But I took some more today, and hopefully they'll show up. I didn't check to see if they will, but hoping they do. I got some clips of those. Oh yeah, it's tough to stay awake all day when you get old like we are, Roy. Well, those 3 chicks are doing real good. And I got another little surprise. Okay, it looks like my other clips are on here. So I should be able to get a video out tomorrow. And the other surprise is Lucy hatched out a chick. Monday, I noticed she had a chick. Let's see. Make sure I'm getting the days right. Yes, Monday morning, I noticed that she had a chick. And then, no, Sunday night. It was Sunday night. I picked her up a little bit on one side. There was a chick under her. Picked her up a little bit on the other side. No chicks. I wasn't going to pick her right completely up off the nest. Well, Monday, when I went out to feed them, I threw some soldier worm larvae into them. Well, as soon as I threw that in, she came flying out of the coop. But she loves them. Well, they all do. They love the soldier fly larvae and the scratch. Food, they care less about that. Well, anyways, a few minutes later, her chick comes out. I'm thinking that she'll go back in after she eats and get back on the nest. Well, her chick comes out. So she stays outside all day with her chick. Monday night, she goes back in, sits on the nest. And I should say, I went and checked after she came out. No signs of any of the other eggs starting to hatch or anything. That night, she goes back in, leaves her chick outside. So I pick a chick up after I finally catch it, which was a job. Take the chick in, put it in there with her. Next morning, she comes out with her chick again. So I go check and see what's going on with the eggs that's in there. She had another egg that Monday night had hatched out almost all the way, and the chick was dead. So I guess you could say she hatched out 2 chicks, but only one of them lived. So that's the first chick I've ever had a broody hen hatch out. Hoping for better success than that. And Rosie was quite aggressive toward the little chick. So I sat out there for a good part of the day on Monday, just watching what was going on. And it seemed as the day progressed that Lucy was getting more and more protective. And now, while the other hens gets too close to that chick, they get it. She puffs her feathers up and she lets out that broody noise that hens make, and she'll take right off chasing them. So I think we got that under control. The only problem I'm having now is I don't have another chick waterer. I only have the one. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate that. You've got another new member. Thank you very much for that. So what I've been doing is I've got 2 out there now, and I got 4 more I can take out in the morning. I'm using tuna fish containers to put water in and water the little chick that way, because I can't get to the water as I have for the big chickens. Well, the hens are too lazy to walk over their water, which is less than 10 feet away. They want to drink out of the tuna fish cans I put out for the chick. So that's why I'm going to put 4 more out, so I have a total of 6. So hopefully there will be something there for the chick to drink out of. But it must be drinking water out of there before the hen's empty it. Otherwise, it wouldn't still be alive. So that's a good thing. Jake joined on my highest level. I appreciate that. And I'll get your channel added to the list of shout outs. And I see we only got 6 people left in here now. Well, does anyone have any other questions for me? Well, it's kind of encouraging to have a hen hatch out some eggs, because I've had such bad luck with it. But I'm not getting everything on the StreamYard side here. Gifted memberships has been around for a while. Well, thank you to whoever gifted that membership. But it's not showing up on StreamYard. I hope I get that Wi-Fi extender so I can have YouTube open on my phone so I can see what's going on there. Thank you, Jake. That's very much appreciated. Yeah, I hate where everything doesn't show up on StreamYard here. So I'll get your channel added on there too. Back to good. I'll get that updated for my next video. Hey, Dixie. Oh no, don't jump on my laptop, Dix. We went through this earlier, remember? This is Dixie. Come here, sweetie. Oh, you trying to get down to the litter box? Or you gonna get something to eat? Oh, you're gonna go get a drink. Okay. But that's why she didn't want to sit in my lap. She was getting down to go get a drink. Yeah, I've got some perks on here that I've got to get going on for my members. I've been listing everyone, even the ones that aren't on the level. For the first month, I'm listing them on the shout outs in my description. But I've got to have members only live. So I'm probably gonna be putting up a members only poll to see what would be a good day and time to do a members only live. Oh, okay, back to good. Yeah, hopefully you can get some subscribers on there. So when you start putting your videos out, you already have a good amount of subscribers. Because that's one thing, a lot of my subscribers are very good about subscribing to other channels. Because I've got a very good bunch of subscribers on here. Everyone's very supportive of each other. So we can make this work. Did anyone else have any questions for me? I see we only got 4 people here, and I've been on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. Well, I hope you have good luck with everything. At least this time you got an idea what you're getting into. Yeah, Google AdSense can be a pain sometimes. Anyone have any questions for me? Or any comments you want to make or anything? No, they don't make anything easy, that's for sure. I'm getting kind of tired now. I've run out of stuff to say if no one's got any questions for me. But I do want to thank everyone that's left here for your support. It's really appreciated. And I'm hoping to be able to get back to making more videos. I know I've been saying that for a month now. But I guess don't seem to have a lot to make videos on right now. I will soon. Okay, thank you, Back to Good. I appreciate it. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks for being here. Next live will be Sunday at 5:30 Central. And then, of course, next Wednesday at 10 o'clock Central again. Okay, have a good night, everyone.